The chief of Tseshaht First Nations says a search of the former residential school near Port Alberni is underway. Chief Wamish says the search is being done by the company Geoscan, but it is being led by school survivors and hereditary leadership, according to their ceremonies and protocols.
And so the first day we participated in the ceremony, and we moved on to some of the scanning on the next day, using GPR and other techniques that they have at various priority areas in the community that have been identified through research or through interviews with survivors.
The Alberni Indian Residential School ran from the late 1800s until the 1970s. It was run by the Presbyterian Church, then the United Church, and Indian Affairs. Children from more than 100 First Nations attended the school. Chief Wamish says the search is all about the children.
It's really for them. It's really to justify what I think they've been saying all along. As children, we grew up and we heard about these stories, and many of survivors' children or survivors have always talked about these stories about the children who didn't make it home for various reasons. This is going to help solidify what they've been saying for a long time. And again, we consider it a sacred responsibility to do this and help them get the answers.
Wamish thinks it is important for the media to keep highlighting the stories of residential schools so survivors know accountability is ongoing.
Because that isn't just for the education for non-Indigenous people. That's to make sure this story stays alive so that survivors know that it's not just falling off the plate of governments and Canadians, that it's always on their mind that, hey, this happened not so long ago in our history. And we need to educate future generations, not only so it doesn't happen again, but so they always know what happened.
This week's activity of the school grounds is the first phase of multiple searches. Lee Wilson, APTN National News, Kitimat.